How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, we're going to be doing another type of challenge. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit so we just don't have to go through all 30 teams, rebuild, and kind of throw in the occasional challenge. So I'm going to do this one with the Boston Celtics. In a second, I'll explain to you guys what it is. So I'm going to pick Boston. So what we're going to be doing is, it's kind of like a 100% frequent trade challenge. So if we were to go to my settings right now, you'll see that I have trade frequency all the way up to 100, which means in the league there will be a ton of trades, more than you can imagine. And I'm also going to be trying to accept, well, not trying to, I'm definitely going to be accepting every trade thrown at us with this team. And the reason I went with the Celtics is because the Celtics have so many assets. I feel like every GM in the league will try to make a deal with us. So accepting every trade, 100% trade frequency. It should be a lot of fun. Again, this is a type of video. Usually these challenges are more for entertainment more than anything. I mean, it's going to be hard to win a championship when I really don't have control over who's on my team. So really, I want to see this on NBA 2K17 because I don't know if these GMs are going to try to finesse me like they did in 2K16. There were times where I had to trade guys like, let's say it was Chris Paul. We'd have to trade him for Josh McRoberts, James Johnson in a first rounder, just stuff like that. They'll try to finesse you, try to give you bums for your star players. I want to see if that's the same case here in NBA 2K17. So what we're going to do, we're just going to sim until I think I still have, oh no, I think I may have taken off trade deadline. So the trades may be coming all season long. So look at that right off the bat. Look, the first game didn't even come and we're trading the newly signed Al Horford to the New York Knicks for Derrick Rose and an unprotected first rounder. So again, accepting every trade, whatever gets thrown my way, I have to accept it. So now we got Derrick Rose and Isaiah Thomas and Marcus Smart with Kelly Olynyk now as our new starting center. So I'm going to continue to simulate and trades are going to pop up. We're going to talk about them. And of course, I'm going to accept them. Oh, I spoke a little too soon. Okay, another trade. So now Derrick Rose can start. Gerald Green is also going to get Wiggins. Young guy Wiggins, man. So let's see how that goes. I mean, now we have another small forward. I don't know who's our starting small. Oh yeah, Jay Crowder. Wow. So Jay Crowder is now coming off the bench because we have Wiggins. That's crazy, dude. Jay Crowder is such a great player, and they got him coming off the bench. But I'm gonna do it like this. I know Jay Crowder played a little four in the playoffs, so I'm like, you know what? He's better than Amir Johnson. So why not make the rotation like this? So Derrick Rose, Avery Bradley, Wiggins, Jay Crowder, and Kelly Olynyk. Honestly, that's not half bad. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That's not half bad. But eventually, we're getting worse and worse trades. I guarantee that. And another one, we're trading our young boy, Jaylen Brown, 3rd overall pick in last year's draft, for Mike Conley, who's making a buttload of cash. You see his contract, 4 years, $118 million. So he's making about $26.5 million a year, which is just ridiculous. We're also giving up Cody Aldridge and we're getting back Deontay Davis. So now Derrick Rose is probably going right back to the bench. Yep. And now, oh no, Derrick Rose is starting over Mike Conley. We paying Mike Conley all that money and he's going to come off the bench? It is what it is, man. So for these videos, because they tend to be long, because there are a lot of trades offered, this is not like usually my rebuilds or my challenges are like a 3-year challenge. But since these are so long because we get offered so many trades, I may do a year or maybe even 2 depending on the length of the video by the time the first year's done. So it's not a full 3-year challenge. So we may just be doing 1 or 2 years. And right now we're not being offered any trades. So I'll cut back when we get the next one in. So I forgot to tell you guys, I also turned off recently traded restrictions. So in NBA 2K17, something that's new to the My League / My GM, when we make trades for players in 2K16, immediately, if I wanted to flip that player for anything in the league, I could. But in 2K17, that's not the case. If we were to make a trade, we could not trade that player we received in that trade for 60 days. And I decided to turn that off because then that limits the amount of trades we can do in a season, basically. So again, back to simming. I just kind of want to explain that. And before I can even get back to simming, there's the next trade. Derrick Rose being traded for a first round and Nikola Pekovic. Ouch. That's a bad trade. All right, Jay Crowder's next to go. David West in the first rounder from the Golden State Warriors. That's not going to amount to anything. And now their team just got so much better because, I mean, Jay Crowder, again, he can run the 4. He can be the backup power forward, even their backup small forward or Iggy. I mean, you know, they're going to figure it out over there in the with the Warriors. So here's the team at the moment. Already you can tell that a lot of trades have been going on from the original Boston team. We got one player here, Tyler Zeller's number 2, Amir Johnson, Marcus Smart, Jonas Jerebko, Terry Rozier. So there's only a small amount of players still there from the original Boston team, and that's kind of how this challenge works. All right, another original Celtics player is gone, and we're getting back Chris Middleton. And to be honest with you, I kind of like this trade, even though I know Marcus Smart is still extremely young. I love Chris Middleton's game, really underrated player, and he shot amazing from 3 last season. I don't know the specific number, but I'll show you guys. He shot amazing from 3, about 40% basically, about 40% from 3. So that's just great. Even before that, he was shooting that. But I think his numbers of wide open threes were like 50%, which is a crazy number. So again, I like this trade, so I'll do that one in a heartbeat. I didn't really have a choice, but that's one that I'm not complaining about. And they're going to have him come off the bench. It is what it is, man. If that's the way we got to roll with it, that's the way we got to roll with it. Very small trade here, but we're trading Kelly Olynyk for Tybo Cephalosha. We're slowly getting rid of all of our big mans, it seems like. Slowly getting rid of them. Nikola Pekovic and Tyler Zeller are the last 2 centers on the team. So hopefully, if we are going to make another trade, it'll be for another center, or, hopefully they don't take one of our centers. Ouch, this trade is going to hurt. Mike Conley, who actually hasn't been playing extremely great, but he's our best player right now. And RJ Hunter for Chandler Parsons and Brandon Wright. Terrible trade considering what we already have, but you know the rules, man. It's gotta be accepted. So we got so many solid wing players coming off our bench, and Terry Rozier is now our starting point guard, which is not something I like, but hopefully, let's do this, dude. I know it says the secondary position is small forward, but I'm pretty sure Avery Bradley runs a bunch of guard or like point guard with the Celtics. Now, I don't watch many Celtics games, but I'm sure the games that I did watch, Avery Bradley has brought the ball up the court multiple times. So I'm going to have that. If we take a look at his passing numbers, I don't know if I think I passed him, but he's not a terrible passer. He's not the best, obviously, but he'll do. He's going to be better than Terry Rozier, I'll tell you that much. This is just perfect. That's sarcasm. Wiggins is being traded for Denzel Valentine and a top 10 protected first rounder. That's such a bad trade. And I think this is the Denzel Valentine picture where he hit that game winner. So I like that being a Bulls fan. But this is such a bad trade. Jesus Christ. But yes, I guess the Bulls missed him because they're trying to get him back for Doug McDermott. I like Denzel Valentine's numbers, by the way. This is a little tangent, but he looks amazing in 2K. I haven't got the chance to play with him just yet. His shot IQ's terrible, but just his shooting stats look incredible. So I'm going to have to play with Denzel very soon, but not in this video, obviously, because he has been traded for Doug McDermott and another first rounder. So the Bulls missed him, and I think I'm going to miss him too. Hey, welcome back, Evan Turner. Evan Turner once said that he would be willing to take a pay cut to stay in Boston. He said that last season. But then he got some big bucks in Portland, making $70 million over 4 years. But guess what? You got no choice but to come back right now. Amir Johnson, an unprotected second rounder, is going to Portland. And now Evan Turner is back. So very soon we'll be hitting the All-Star break, and I'll show you guys the stats and stuff. It's kind of hard to win games, especially when chemistry does not get over about 50. Oh, and there is a trade deadline. Okay, I didn't turn off trade deadline. That's no big deal, though. So I'll show you guys these stats right now. Chris Middleton leading our scores. Chandler Parsons behind him. Evan Turner, who hasn't played much for us just yet, is averaging about 12. And you guys see the rest. You can probably guess we probably don't have any All-Stars or anybody in award races. But let's see if any of our ex-players are in award races. So, there's one. Marcus Smart may win 6th Man of the Year. But that is pretty much... Oh, no. Evan Turner may win Most Improved, but with our team, he's probably not getting that many minutes, to be honest. In Portland, he may have been their starting small forward here. Yeah, he's just coming off the bench like a normal dude. But I don't think we're going to have any All-Star participants, and we don't. And at this point, I don't know where we sit in the standings, so we'll check that. But I'm sure we're not that high. We're definitely not that high because we kind of blow. So yes, we're actually sitting at the 11th spot. So I'm going to continue to simulate. We'll get into the playoffs, get into the offseason. I think I got enough time to do one more year of this. So I'll see you guys then. Steph Curry three-peats as the MVP, averaging 30, 6.6, and 7.5. Wow, it's really close to that 50-50-90 club too. So that's crazy. 3 years in a row. I think that hasn't been done since Larry Bird back in the 80s, but I could be wrong. I know Jordan didn't get to do it somehow, but yeah. There's 3 in a row for Steph Curry. Brandon Ingram wins Rookie of the Year. 6th man goes to Joakim Noah. LeBron wins Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved goes to Nikola Jokic. And Coach of the Year, flexing on him, as Steve Kerr with the 71-11 record. Okay, so let's see if we have anybody from our team making the All-NBA teams, and no. But guess what, guys? We made the playoffs, dude. We went on an amazing run late in the season. Hopefully I can go back. Yes, I can go back. So once we get to the end of the season here, this last month or so, in March, let's say that right at the All-Star break, we start to win a bunch of games. As you can see, after we couldn't make any more trades, our chemistry went up. And you see it's about 80 right now. And then we start to win games. You see we went on a nice little streak from March 20th to March 31st. And then, yes, and that got us in the playoffs. Barely, though. I'm pretty sure it was only by a game or two. Let's double check that. Yeah, we were about 3 games ahead of Detroit, and we tied with Milwaukee. But we're here in the playoffs. That's all that matters. We're going against the Cleveland Cavs. I'm sure we've been here before, right, Boston? We were here before. Kelly Olynyk, Kevin Love. Y'all remember that, right? But we actually took the first game, so you never know what's going to happen. And now, oh, yeah, I know what's going to happen. We lose in 5. Okay, no big deal, though. I was not expecting to win a championship. Again, this is all for entertainment. I don't expect to win a championship at all in this video. The Bulls. Yo, whoa. Game 7's coming up. Let's take a step back and take a look at both of these teams. The Chicago Bulls make it to the championship. Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Rondo, and of course, our boy Wiggins, so we had to trade for them. Robin Lopez, Nikola Mir. This is basically the same team, but they got Wiggins from us. And then, who was it? Portland was the next team. And I think we made a trade with them, too. We gave them Amir Johnson, but that's not big enough for them to make a championship. Dame Dollar must really average in like 30 in the playoffs for them to make it this far. Let's take a look. Wait. Holy crap. He's extremely fatigued. You see his wear and tear chart? Luckily for him, there's 1 game left in the season. It's the most important one. But he is averaging about 30 here in the playoffs. CJ McCollum's got to be doing the same thing. Yeah, 22. Amir Johnson, who we traded to them, is averaging about 8. So game 7 for them. For me, this is crazy just to see these 2 teams. And they're in my Bulls. Let's go. My Bulls win another championship. Number 7 for the town, if I'm not mistaken. And look at my boy Dwayne Wade doing it for his city. Yeah, this is unrealistic. But it's fun. So yeah, there that is. So what we're going to do when it comes to the offseason, I'm free to make any trades, whatever, in the offseason to get my team ready for the upcoming season. But you guys know, once that season hits, pretty much everything I do in the offseason is probably going to be gone down the drain because they're going to make these trades. So I'm going to do a couple small things. I'm going to go to this league meeting, and then I'm going to go to the NBA draft where we're going to make trades. All right, we are in the draft. One reason I always go to the league meetings is because once I was doing the type of video yesterday. I was doing a video yesterday, and I skipped past league meetings, and for some reason they passed a rule in 2K in the league meetings that the shot clock was at 35 rather than 24. So it's basically like a college shot clock. And because of that, every game people were scoring like 70 points. The game would be like 70 to 75, and that's just so bad. So that's why I always go to the team or the league meetings just to make sure they're not trying to pass anything stupid. So yes, we got a bunch of first round picks. That's one of the reasons I picked Boston, because I figured that some of those teams were going to try to trade with us. So let's try to trade this 4th overall pick in Chandler Parsons and see what we can get. We can get back Mike Conley, Chris Bosh. We can pick up Kemba and Nicholas Batum. Thank you, Stan Van Gundy. I will gladly take one of the best centers in the league and a very underrated point guard for Chandler Parsons and some first round picks. Gladly do that. Okay. So our team is looking a little bit better. We got a lot of big men still. I do want to trade. Let's do Nikola Pekovic because his contract is the biggest. I'll throw in that 13th or that 19th overall pick and see what we could get. We could pick back. Let's try to pick up back Denzel Valentine, right? Nah, I'll pass on that for now. Ken Bazemore wouldn't be too bad. Ken Blazemore. So maybe that's the one we do. We get the Blaze man. So let's do that. And that's it. That's all the trades I'm going to do, of course, because these trades probably mean nothing because they're going to offer us something and we're going to have to get rid of Drummond, Reggie Jackson, and now the Blaze God. So, It is what it is, man. I'm going to go into free agency, probably cut all that out just because it's not much because we got so many players in the contract. So you guys in the beginning of next season. Okay, so this is the roster going into the second season. We got Drummond, Avery Bradley, Reggie Jackson, Chris Middleton, Evan Turner, Ken Blazemore, Brandon Wright, Raul Nato, Brandon Rush, Mike Scott, Terry Rozier, Deontay Davis, James Young. I like our team a lot, honestly. I honestly like this team. But you know how the rules go? All these players may not be here once we get to the All-Star break. So let's see. All right, so here's the first trade. Avery Bradley for a first rounder and Ish Smith. Garbage trade. But hey, you know the rules, man. That's only 2 games to the season, so I know there's going to be a lot more coming. All right, so there we go. There it is. Our boy, who's been having such a great year. 24 points, 16 rebounds per game, almost 3 blocks. I know it's only been 9 games, but those numbers are ridiculous. Well, we got to trade him. We got to trade him from Steven Adams, who I like a lot, but he's no Drummond. And we're also getting Cameron Payne in return. So that's going to hurt, man, because it seems like Drummond was leading our team in scoring, right? He had to be at 24 points. Yes, nobody's even close. And he's gone. Hey, look, we're getting another center, but we're giving up 2 of our pretty nice guys, Evan Turner and Chris Middleton, being traded for Hassan Whiteside and Justice Winslow, who I actually like because he's so young and he still has a lot of potential. But let's take a look at the new rotation, man. It's garbage. Oh, man, this is going to be tough. I'm actually going to do this. Kent Bazemore can run a shooting guard, and we'll have Justice Winslow be the small forward because James Young should not even be getting minutes, to be completely honest with you. But he's pretty much our only shooting guard on the roster at this point, so he's got to get at least a little bit. I'm sure somewhere down the line we'll get traded as shooting guard. It's just a matter of time. There we go. I think this trade actually makes us better because we already have Hassan Whiteside, so we really don't need Steven Adams anymore. I mean, he could play backup for us, but that'll kind of be a waste. A first rounder for Gordon Hayward, I'm not going to try. For Gordon Hayward. So, yes, that's a nice trade at least. I mean, he's taken Kent Bazemore and Justice Winslow's minutes a little bit, but I think that trade makes us better. So, actually, I'm going to do this now and have Kent Bazemore start. And just pretty much the same thing we did with Justice Winslow a couple minutes ago. We're going to do that with Gordon Hayward. So, again, almost at the All-Star break, and we're actually playing pretty well, but once we get there, we'll talk about record and everything. Justice Winslow, I'm sorry, buddy, but we're trading you for pretty much Kelly Oubre Jr. That's a bad trade. We're getting the first round pick in return, but still a pretty bad trade. So we got like a week until the trade deadline. I'm sure they're going to hit us with at least one more. But then I just suspect it. Just because they've hit us with so many, there's got to be another one. And there it is. Lou Williams for Brandon Wright. I'll do that. I mean, I got no choice. But that's another kind of like a wash trade. That's not going to help the team a bunch. And it's probably not going to hurt the team a bunch either. So just exchanging players. Oh, same overall, different positions. Oh, guess what? Lou Will, you played with 1 game with us? Too bad. You're getting traded to Houston for Ryan Hollins. Now, that's a bad trade. That's a bad trade. So there's 3 more days left before the trade deadline, and then our team can win more. But before that, another trade. Shelvin Mack and Troy Daniels welcome for Terry Rozier and Cameron Payne. Terry Rozier pretty much one of the last original Boston Celtics members. Him, and that's it. Yeah, he was. Oh no, James Young is still there because nobody wants James Young. The Celtics don't even really want James Young at this point. So he's still there. But Terry Rozier is getting traded. Unless James Young gets traded in this one day. No, it didn't happen. Okay. So we're sim through the trade deadline, and that's it. So this is the team we're rolling with for the last season. You see we're sitting at 37-20. Not a bad record at all if you consider all the pieces that are being flipped. 4 games behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. One of the best records in the league. So look at our statistics. Gordon Hayward's leading our way. He's got a broken jaw, but he's still playing, which is crazy. He's probably just got a face mask on like Rip Hamilton or LeBron did or Derrick Rose did, all those other guys. But here are the stats and everything. I'm going to continue to simulate. It seems like we're pretty much a lock for the playoffs, and maybe we can actually win a championship. I've done plenty of these videos in NBA 2K16, and we've never won a championship in one of them, but our team is doing so well, I wouldn't count it out just yet. Russell Westbrook wins MVP, putting up those numbers we want him to put up this season. Rookie of the Year goes to that guy. 6 Man of the Year goes to Jordan Clarkson. He's coming off the bench for some reason, so they definitely had to sign somebody to start at that point guard slash shooting guard along with D-Load and James. LeBron wins Defense Player of the Year. LeBron James. I don't know why I just said that backwards. LeBron James wins Defense Player of the Year. Most Improved goes to Porzingis, almost averaging a double-double there. And Scott Brooks, who's now the coach of the Golden State Warriors. I don't know. 2K always messes stuff like this up. He wins Coach of the Year. Okay, so let's see if we have anybody from our team making any of these lists. I doubt it because they don't respect us. And they did it. We finished with the second best record in the Eastern Conference at 49-33, going against the Miami Heat in the first round. You never know how this is going to go. So let's just go. The first round, can we get out of the first round? No, we're down 3-1 or 3-0, GG. Okay, we fight back with one game. Then that's it. All right, great. Play good the entire season and then give it up when we get to the playoffs. Did we have any injuries or something? That may be the case, honestly. Everybody's looking great. Perfect. We just still caught them L's. So hopefully you did enjoy the video, man. Again, these are all meant to be fun, laugh, and games. So I tried to make it a little more entertaining by, I don't know how. But I think I did, though. So if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave it a like. Let's shoot for 600. Jesus Christ. 600. Now, that's the most I've ever asked on the video. But if you guys done it before without me asking, so I'm wondering if I ask, can we get even higher? It's an experiment, and you guys are my guinea pigs. You're a part of it. So if you made it all the way to this point, what can we comment so I can see how many of you guys are real? How many guys are real? So let's comment. Let's talk about Andre Drummond, how good he was doing before we made that trade. So 24 points, like 16 rebounds, 3 blocks. So let's say Drummond the GOAT. Drummond, THE, GOAT. And I'll see how many of you guys actually made it to the end of the video. So it has been the King of the Fourth Quarter. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'm out.